Hey guys, it's Bobby from MBgamerz back with another episode of Final Fantasy A Realm Reborn. And today we are going to continue on with our class quests. So our guildmaster has a quest for us to do. So let's get on with it. The Eye of the Dragon. Lone Wayne seeks your aid in assisting an old friend.
Ah, I dare say you might be just the right woman for the job. The guild has urgent need of a capable lancer for a mission beyond our nation's borders. Hear me out, if you will. I received a word from the Ishgardian friend to the effect that he requires our aid. I would have you go and provide that aid. As you may already know, due to our ongoing conflict with the dragons, Ishgard has kept her gates closed to outriders for some time. The occasional dragoon on patrol duty is about all folks see these days. In spite of her self-imposed isolation, however, the Holy See has never failed to honor her obligations to her allies. It is only fitting that we answer the call and lend the assistance we can. To this end, we offered to dispatch a contingent of wood whalers and all haste, but were politely informed that they would not be welcome, much to our initial confusion. It is later explained that they are dealing with a matter of some sensitivity, best handled by individuals who are capable and trustworthy, yet unbound by the allegiance, and hence fits the description, save adventurers. Secrecy being paramount, I provide no details to the nature of this task. All you need to know will be revealed at the rendezvous point. Should you accept this mission, take yourself to the observatorium. A knight by the name of Sir Elbrick will receive you upon arrival. Okay. So we got see if we can find a way of getting there. North Shroud. Okay, let's get our trusty Chocobo. Let's just check that we're going the right way. Yep, we are. Okay. And we got some experience points for that. For mapping the realm. And an achievement, which is nice. Okay.
there he is. Ah, you must be the venturer of whom Wayne sent word. Greetings and well met. I am Sir Robert Bell, Knight of Ishgard. The Holy See is much obliged to you for your aid. Time being of this essence, I shall proceed straight to the heart of the matter. The eye, an Ishgarden relic of immense worth, has been stolen, and we have reason to believe that the culprit has come this way. So it is that we ask your assistance in its recovery. The thief has identified as a man named Esten, a dragoon sworn to the service of the Holy See. Aye, you heard true. The crime was premeditated by one of our own, an individual in a position and trust and little honor. You may be assured that the fate worse than death awaits him upon capture. My duties to the sea afford me too little opportunity to travel far beyond the walls of Ishgard. I must confess to a grave ignorance of recent Dragoonian affairs. I was told that the sentry by the name of Log might have knowledge of the routes oft taken by the Ishgarden fugitives. I would prefer I keep my identity a secret, and thus would have you gather what information you can from the man. We must act quickly, for you see, Isten is... But I have already said too much. What matters is that we find the thief and the eye with all haste. When last sighted, Isten was clad in black armor. Now go, and speak not a word of what I told you to anyone. Okay, so we gotta speak to this fellow here. Roots flavored by the Ishgarden fugitives. Now that's a question I don't hear every day. You ain't plotting some unsavory act yourself, are you? Even if you were, I doubt you'll make it far. Anyway, we caught a few fleeing the North Shroud. What with Gridania being home to nearly as many Elysians in as Ishgard, it is no easy task to identify outsiders. If you are on the hunt for someone, you could do worse than to visit Fontentel's spire in the North Shroud and speak with the man named Adristran. If any suspicious persons have crossed the border in recent days, he'll be the first to know. And with that, I'm going to see if I'm going to go and try and find the 8th rite. So if we do have to come back here, so it's just up. And then we'll go to the North Shroud. Okay, let's continue to the 8th rite. And now let's go to North Shroud.
Okay, so we gotta head this way. Ooh. Here we are. Just hopefully these things will leave me alone. Okay, let's talk to him. Hey, O adventurer, yes, I am the one tasked with monitoring those who would enter our lands by the way of Crifis. An Ishgard knight clad in black armor? No, I recall nothing of the sort, and such a striking visitor would be difficult to forget. My apologies, friend. I can only suggest you return to Lurendrindel and see if he has any other theories. So now we have to go back. Wait. We can go this way. Yep. There's no luck there. Okay, let's go back. No luck, you say? Most curious. Why it is nigh impossible for a fugitive could make it this far without being espied by from Florentine Spire, which leaves the possibility of your man is still in Ishgard. It runs counter to good sense. Would the fugitive not want to put distance of grounds between him and the pursuer, not his and his pursuers? But by the process of deduction, it is a possibility. The claims of Ishgard are not kind to drifters and vagabonds. That said, there has been talk of curious smoke wafting from the cave east of here at night. If I were you, I might begin their search there. Okay, so let's go and examine the campfire. Okay, he's left me alone. Take these down. That Ishgar would resort to sending a coin-starved adventurers after me? I know not whether to laugh or feel insulted. The eye, it roses for another. Preposterous. Our paths shall cross again, you could be sure of it. Let's go back to our brick. I probably will come back to do my hunting log in another episodes. Make it like a episode long, trying to complete the hunting log. A dragoon clad in black, you say? Tell me all that transpired. By the Fury, that I would choose another. I had not thought it impossible. In the light of recent events, it would seem an explanation is in order. The eye is no ordinary relic. It harbors the power of a dragon, which it bestows upon a single chosen soul, the strongest and wisest dragoon. He who is chosen is possessed by the power to fight or our mortal foes. The dragons of Dravania are on equal footing, soaring the firmament as if they were an extension of the land. The man is known as the XIV Dragoon. The XIV Dragoon is the light of hope for all Ishgardians and the paragon of all dragoons. For this reason, you may imagine it pains me to have to confess that the man you encountered, the thief, is none other than the XIV Dragoon, and I was once his teacher. Needless to say, I acknowledge myself accountable for Isten's misdeeds, and mean to do all in my power to find him and recover the eye, but I cannot do this alone. I require your help, Violet. You have received the power of a dragon. You may have labored to believe it, but can be no mistake. The soul of the dragon I bear glows in your presence, infutable proof that you are chosen. What I can ill explain, however, is why of it. Never before the Ishgardian long history has the eye rose to more than one individual in a single generation, but it wells us not to clutch our brains about it. The fact of the matter is that you are now a vessel of the power of the dragon. The dragon lies yet in slumber. However, when you must needs possess the means to wake it, the soul of the dragoon, I will entrust you with mine, Violet. Like Isten, I once ruled the skies as a XIV Dragoon. Although that power has since become lost to me, it is simply by force of habit that I have kept the soul upon my person. I have no inkling as to why the eye has seen fit to choose a second, and an outsider of that. And yet, one thing is clear. None can challenge the XIV Dragoon, and conceivably prevail save another XIV Dragoon. You are the only hope for bringing Isten to justice and reclaiming the eye. Of course, I do not ask that you do this unaided. I may be a dragoon no more, but what knowledge I have, I shall gladly impart to you. For indeed, when the time comes that you must face the XIV Dragoon, not less than complete mastery over the power of a dragon will avail you. This is perilous road lies ahead of you. I shall not deny knowing this if you would still lend me your lance, I would teach you to harness the power that has chosen you. Go forth, my young dragoon, and rouse the dragon within. I look forward to your return. Next gen quests will be available from Albert upon reaching level 35, which I am level 35. It's complete. So let's go and equip our soul stone. Then we can continue on with Arbert's quests. Lance of Fury. Sir Albert would have you undertake a trial. It is pleasing to see how readily a dragon stirs within you. You show great potential, Violet. A potential that may well prove a difference between victory and defeat. Einstein is no ordinary dragoon. Even when set against the legendary azures of ages past, the man is considered second to none. Such is his power, in fact, that day he was chosen by the Eye, it was proclaimed that Heldrith, the dragon's eye, has been reborn. I mean not to displedge your skills, Violet, but to pursue Einstein in your current state would be a tantamount to suicide. As promised, I shall train you in the way of a dragoon, that you might face Einstein as an equal. Before we commence, however, it is only fitting that you are deferred regarding our origins. It is begun with a million past, when our forebears resided in the southern plains in humble circumstances. The Fury, impressed by the spirit of our ancestors, decided that it was meet that she make them her own. So did she. Appear before Heldrith's sire, a man of courage and integrity named Forden. He bade him lead her people to the promised land, to what would become the great nation of Ishgard. Their journey brought them to a wide chasm, whereupon Forden and his people set to building a bridge. It was then that the dark shadow transcended upon them. The great worm Nidhogg, heedless of his own safety, Forden furiously charged at the colossal beast. Alas, he was pushed into the chasm by one of his own, a man seduced by the worm, and fell to his death. Taking up his slain sire's lance, Heldren hurled himself into Nidhogg, even as tears streamed down his face. The confrontation ended when the young man, his hands guided by Halone, landed a mighty thrust and pierced out Nidhogg's eye. With a terrible roar of pain, the great worm took wing and fled, while duplication reigned below. Ishgard's priceless regula is none other than the eye taken from Nidhogg that day. It is a veritable wellspring of dragon power, even so removed that its owner can exert control over its hearts of men. Hilda himself felt the maximum influence, and his love for justice brooked no corruption, and he prevailed over the power, claimed it for his own, and so it was that the first Azure Dragoon was born. Being deprived from our foe, the power of the dragon is a thing to be loathed. But as already proved to us all, so long as the hearts are born with justice, we need not fear being taken in its thrall. But what is justice? Precisely, justice assumes many shapes and forms, Violet, and none can say that one is greater than the other. As long as you hold fast in your beliefs and stay true to yourself, you leave no room for the power of a dragon to master you. But enough of history. Let us return to the attention to the present. A knight by the name of Sir Brucemont will see you to the next stage of your training. Seek him out at witch.drop. Okay. And he's this way. Why is my taskbar just gone all crazy? I have to reorganize like that. Let's reorganize it now. Okay. Okay. That'll do for now. Let's just repair our armor. Let's go. Oh. Okay. I'm not really sure where they want me to go. Oh crap. So the adventurer seeks to become a dragoon? Ha! Sierra speaks of legends and chosen ones, but I would see you prove yourself in a more practical fashion with your lance. Defend yourself. You have some skill, I will give you that, and the glow of your soul crystal. Perhaps Albert was not wrong about you. After all, now return to him. Your training here is complete. Okay. So let's go to him. It could be easier if they had like a little off aetheryte, like just in the wherever it is. So you'd have to keep traveling back. And we're nearly for 36. No, 36. Awesome. The soul of the dragon grows even stronger within you. Find that clearly your trial was a rousing success. I need only observe your crystal and know as much. Yes, though you have only just begun to walk the path of the Dragoon, it is clear you possess the talent to become Istern's equal. Go forth and make the power you have obtained your own, and when the time is right, we shall proceed with your training. And level 36. So when's the next one? Level 40. Okay, and with that guys, I hope to see you in the next episode, and with that, bye guys!